And it's Car Con Carne in quarantine con carne. I'm James Van Osdol. Car Con Carne sponsored today by C&H Financial Services. If you are a local business owner, you want C&H Financial Services on your side. They can help you eliminate 100% of the fees associated with credit and debit cards. Remember this web address, freeprocessingnow.com. That is C&H Financial Services.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
So across the country, literally in California, Mary Keenan, she is the Director of Product for Digital Learning at Fender Guitars. Mary, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
The reason I have you on, I realized at the beginning of quarantine, I need to find something to focus my energies on. I need diversion. I need ritual. I needed to engage my brain. I thought, well, now is a great time for me to finally learn to play guitar. So I got the Fender Dreadnought right behind me, and I signed up for Fender Play, and I've been doing the lessons. And the reason why I have you on, I kind of want to go through the notion of online learning and talk about the benefits of learning guitar or any instrument, really, ukulele, bass, at, say, someone's advanced age like mine. So, I mean, just to get started, have you seen an uptick of signups for Fender Play since, let's say, mid-March when everything kind of became what it was?
Yeah, we've exploded. We were somewhere around 150,000 users, and we are now over 700,000 users taking advantage of our most recent promotion to learn to play guitar. So it's been incredible, actually.
Hey, and your servers have been able to withstand the added pressure?
Yeah. We're prepared. We knew it was going to happen someday, so we've been prepared for it.
So I'm sure a lot of those people are like me. Like, now's the time. When else am I going to have all this time to myself to dive into learning an instrument?
Mm-hmm.
So when was Fender Play architected? When was that online learning apparatus put into place?
Sure. We launched in 2017, July 2017. So we're just going on our 3-year anniversary this summer. And, but we've been building it for longer than that. So it's been our baby for a while. So about 4.5, 5 years. But yeah, we launched about 3 years ago.
And was that kind of built on the fact that, wait, these people on YouTube are teaching lessons and they're of dubious variety and quality. Why don't we just take this under our own wing because we're Fender, for God's sake? Was that kind of the mindset?
A little bit. I don't want to bash anybody else's efforts because, it's all about really, making music accessible and available to anybody who wants to enjoy it. That's really been our hope and our dream for Fender Play. But definitely being Fender, we knew that there was a nice opportunity for us to kind of step in and take some leadership in this space and to try to create a little bit of a different perspective on what had been happening historically in terms of guitar learning.
I want to thank Dan and Abe and Kelly and Mark and John and Tom and David and Mike for all checking in. Steve is on Facebook Live, and he says he has 6 Fender basses and 3 guitars. So he's just getting started with his collection, clearly.
That's
just
great.
So do you see a lot of people who are not, like, I tried to learn guitar when I was in 8th grade, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Do you see it being easier for people to learn as they advance? Because learning an instrument is kind of an abstract idea, isn't it? Trying to understand song structures and place them contextually with what they've heard before. Is it easier for adults to learn?
You know what? Music is music, and it's gonna, whether you're a child or you're an adult, there's always an opportunity to learn. We all learn in different ways. Adults learn differently than children. Adults learn differently from each other. And one of the things that we really cared about when we built this was, making this. It tends to be a lifelong goal for people. They might start when they're younger and then give up and then go back to it. I'm like that. Sounds like you're like that too.
A little bit.
Or you might pick it up, when you get older because it's suddenly you have time and maybe the ability to focus on a new hobby. But really our goal was to be realistic about the way we delivered Fender Play because the average adult has the attention span of a goldfish, actually about a second less than a goldfish, about 7 seconds.
And that's still better than their kids.
It's still better than their kids, exactly. Actually, in some cases, maybe not, because kids can focus on video a little longer.
True.
But our goal was really to try to be realistic about the way that we delivered this. This is a lifelong goal for people, but we just don't have time. That's the number one reason that people give up on most of their hobbies, but music in particular, especially at our age, a sandwich generation where you've got older parents and younger kids to take care of. It makes it really hard to find the time to do it. And so between attention span, screen time, and reality of life, it just felt like, let's approach this differently. Let's make this bite-sized. Let's make this manageable. Let's make this quick wins is what we need to do with this. And so that's the approach we decided to take.
And I totally get it. And just when I started out using Fender Play, the way things are balanced with basics, here are these chords, here's how to read music, they're balanced out with these wins that you could feel really excited about. Like, oh, I learned the melody of Another Brick in the Wall, or I know the chords of Twist and Shout, or I love rock and roll. There are those little familiar touchstones along the way, so it doesn't feel like you're doing something that's strictly academic. It's like, okay, right. I know the opening line of Baba O'Reilly. Wow, I didn't know that 2 weeks ago.
It's recognizable, and I can barely play, but I can play something fun.
That's it, though. That's the strategy, right? That keeps people engaged, and it's a confidence builder.
It is. And that's exactly what we were trying to go for as a confidence builder. Because the thing that motivates people more than anything is actually accomplishing it.
Yeah.
And to know that you can jump onto Fender Play and learn to alternate pick in 90 seconds means there's not a lot of excuses not to practice, because it's a minute and a half and you can walk away actually doing something. And so that's been kind of the hook for us is the bite-sized learning. It's using a technique called micro-learning that's very commonly used in education and other spaces and in other environments and other industries, and just applying it here.
And I know I'm making progress because my fingers are numb and calloused on my left hand.
Yes, me too. The little tips, right? Yes.
I know. I was washing my hair the other day. I'm like, yeah, I can't feel anything. I can't feel what I'm touching on my head. So yeah, yay me. I'm doing it.
Exactly. And you'll get there.
Fiona is on the chat and she says, how do you get a code? That's for the Fender promotion. Is that still going on?
Yes, it is actually. And if you haven't heard yet, we started out by giving away 100,000 free 3-month trials to Fender Play, and got such an incredible response that we boosted it up to 1 million. So there are still a handful of codes out there ready to be grabbed. I would go to fender.com/play, and actually fender.com, and Heather can probably correct me on this, but on fender.com, you'll see the promotion. It'll pop up on your screen. And actually, if you go fender.com/play, you'll also see a pop-up come up that says offers to, gives you an opportunity to take advantage of that 3-month code.
And Heather says fender.com/playthrough.
Playthrough. Thank you, Fender. Thank you, Fender. And Heather from Fender to help back me up on this.
Let's see. Kelly says, I'm a major Fender girl. I am sensing a theme here tonight. And Fiona just said, just signed up. There you go.
Yay! Let's get some more women out here. That's great. I love getting excited about the girls joining.
I will say, everyone on Fender Play, all the videos, very friendly musicians.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, okay, I'm going to count you in. And they're all very, very polite and very measured in tone. And it's a very warm and welcoming experience.
We really tried to make it like you're learning from your next door neighbor. We screen very closely when all of these musicians, although they're teaching some of the simplest things at the beginning, they're incredibly skilled musicians, but we screen for personality, we screen for style, and it has to feel welcoming, has to feel really simple and welcoming.
So I've seen lots of studies through the years about the benefits of learning an instrument, cognitive benefits. I mean, it helps with memory. But I think beyond that, it's a stress release right now. For me, I got the Dreadnought. I know a lot of people say learning on an electric is better because the strings are closer to the neck. Is that accurate? I like the sound of strumming. I wanted to learn chords because I like the sound of chords echoing through an acoustic guitar body. That to me is something that I would find calming and stress relieving. And so far, so good. But it speaks to the benefits of learning an instrument.
Absolutely. And this is where I can nerd out all day on this stuff, because this is, my background's actually in education technology. I've worked in it for about over 20 years, but my focus has always been, cognitive development. And so to have the opportunity to really apply that to Fender Play has been really fun. In terms of physical and emotional advantages, you're talking speech, literacy, math, dexterity, emotional intelligence. Guitar is a complex psychomotor task, and people get sick of me talking about this a little bit internally, but I love it because it's really, complex psychomotor tasks really push your, improve memory and overall IQ. You're basically creating this opportunity to build your brain is full of opportunities to build plasticity, and this is one of them. It makes those grooves even deeper. And music is actually one of the last things for us to lose as we get older. So they use it a lot with music therapy for older adults who are aging and needing, opportunities to stay connected to something that they love. It's one of the last things you'll ever forget how to do. And so, using it now is an opportunity to really build those neural connections that you need to keep you, not just happy and not just stress-free, but also alert and connected.
Is there a benefit to doing education online as opposed to in person, or is it just different?
It is just different. As we talked about earlier, everybody learns differently and they respond differently to online learning versus in-person learning. Some people prefer one over the other. Some people really see the advantage of both. In fact, we see that a lot in our community, where people who are using Fender Play are also seeing an individual instructor for private instruction, or maybe participating in a group lesson with other people, or maybe even using other products. So for some people, it becomes a great way to make things really easy and have one place to go and, keep it simple. For others, it's a way of rounding out what they're doing with other sources. And so it just kind of depends on the person.
I started poking around about a week or so ago. There's a song library in Fender Play. So, here I am, I've got, 3 or 4 chords I feel confident with. I'm going to go see what other tabs are out there. Some scared me back to the lessons. Others I kind of picked my way through. But there's a great amount of depth once you cross. It's the 5 tiers of Fender Play,
right? The 5 levels. Yes, we have 5. So we've set it up so we have your path, and we have what in Fender we call off path. But basically, there's a site that's pretty robust. You just have to kind of explore all of those different layers. But when you join, you end up on level 1. Level 1 lessons lead to level 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've sequenced them so that you can just go step by step by step by step. But if you do explore off path, you can click into a whole library of songs. We have close to 1,000 songs on the site now. And we've got, different levels of challenge. We have little picks. Pick 1, pick 2, and pick 3. Those are the different levels of challenge that we have in the song. And we also have a whole host of skills that are available that are off of the path that you can access at any time. Things that help you to dive deeper into, metal, for example, metal techniques, or some R&B specialties. Exactly. And we've got some more features coming out to help people do exactly that. Some of those deep dives into topics that they want to focus on. But you could get lost in what we have if you start poking around. So I don't blame you for being a little intimidated.
Steve asks the most important question so far. Do you prefer Stratocaster or Telecaster?
Me? I have both, but my very first was a Tele. It was a blonde Tele. Yes.
Do you still have it?
I do. I have it right over there, and that's what I used to practice.
I wanted to check in. I'm excited about this, and part of having you on, I just wanted to share my enthusiasm. I can do this. And it's easier than I remember not that it's easier, not that I'm proficient in any way, but learning for me has become much easier this time around. I kind of wanted to share that enthusiasm with the people I know through the podcast and just out there. What a great time to learn this stuff, and I thought it'd be a great time to bring you on. So thank you for doing this, Mary.
Oh, thank you so much. It's exciting to know that you're out there actually using it. And if you haven't joined the community, have you joined our Facebook community?
I have.
Okay, good. Yes.
It seems like a lot of people at my level, a lot of questions.
A lot of excitement and passion around this right now. It's the best time to be joining and to being a part of this. It feels like a movement right now. It's very exciting.
I love it. All right, I'm going to say goodbye to the Facebook Live. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching there.